Cassie was a sharp, tech-savvy university student from Chicago, fueled by a constant thirst for discovery. For her summer break, she decided to visit her grandfather, Elias, in a remote, forgotten town in Nebraska called Blackwood Creek. The town was small, so small it barely appeared on a GPS, and it held an eerie, stagnant stillness, as if the 21st century had simply decided to bypass it. Elias's farmhouse was a relic of the past: creaky floorboards, the smell of old cedar, and a single object on the mantel that immediately caught Cassie's eye: a heavy, vintage vacuum tube radio. The radio belonged to Elias's younger days. As Cassie ran her fingers over the dusty mahogany frame, she noticed words carved crudely into the wood with a pocket knife. "Don't listen to every signal. Some voices won't let you leave." Cassie chuckled, looking over at her grandfather. "What's with the creepy warning, Grandpa? Old town superstition?" Elias's expression instantly hardened. His eyes, usually warm, went cold. "That's no joke, Cassie. Mess with the dial if you must, but never go to 104.7. There's something on that band, something that traps anyone who listens too long." Cassie rolled her eyes. "Grandpa, it's just radio waves. Physics, not ghosts." Elias didn't argue. He simply stood up, walked to his room, and locked the door behind him. Midnight at Blackwood Creek. A heavy thunderstorm rolled over the plains that night. Rain hammered against the tin roof like gravel, and the power grid flickered once before dying completely. Bathed in the pale blue light of a lightning strike, Cassie sat in the living room, bored and restless. She reached for the old radio. "Let's see what's so special about 104.7. She clicked the dial on. The amber light of the display hummed to life. She began to scan. 90.3, a distorted country song from a station miles away. 97.8, faint, panicked, heavy breathing, then static. 102.4, pure white noise. Then she hit it. 104.7. The static didn't just fade, it vanished into a terrifyingly crystal-clear silence. Then a woman's voice, whisper-thin but chillingly close, vibrated through the speaker. "Cassie, can you hear us? We're watching you now." Cassie dropped the radio. The impact should have shut it off, but the voice continued, louder this time. "Cassie, you opened the door. We're coming through, and we're taking you back with us." Terrified, Cassie sprinted to Elias's room and pounded on the door. "Grandpa, open up. Something's wrong." There was no answer, no sound of movement, just the rain. The morning after. When Cassie woke up on the sofa the next morning, the sun was shining, but the light felt wrong, thin and gray. She saw Elias sitting on the porch, staring at the horizon. "Grandpa, thank God," she breathed, rushing out to him. "The radio last night, Elias looked up, but there was no recognition in his eyes, only fear. "Who are you, miss? What are you doing on my property?" Cassie froze. "Grandpa, it's me. Cassie, your granddaughter." Elias scrambled back, slamming the screen door and locking it. "I don't have a granddaughter. Leave me alone." Cassie ran toward the town center, desperate for help, but Blackwood Creek was a ghost town in broad daylight. People walked the streets, but they were silent. When she tried to grab a woman's arm, her hand seemed to pass through the fabric like mist. They looked at her with hollow eyes, then turned away as if she were a shadow. She realized then she was in the world, but no longer part of it. The final broadcast that night, Cassie found herself back at the radio. She didn't have to turn the dial. It was already set to 104.7. The voice returned. "You're with us now, Cassie. This world isn't yours anymore." Then other voices joined the chorus. A man's voice. "I'm Mark. I tuned in during the summer of '97. I've been waiting for a new neighbor." A woman's voice. "I'm Sarah. I've been listening since 1984. My children are grandparents now, and I'm still 22. Cassie screamed into the empty house. "Let me out, please." The radio hissed with a final mocking whisper. "No one leaves the frequency, Cassie. You didn't just listen to 104.7, you became the broadcast. They say if you drive through the plains of Nebraska and your scan hits a dead spot at 104.7, you might hear a new voice among the static, a young woman sobbing, asking the same question over and over. I'm Cassie. Is anyone there?"